Now for what games we're looking for in 2017. Like not just games, but also what we're looking forward to in the video game wise for 2017. To start off with, I'm gonna let Connor introduce this one because he absolutely loves this.
I love it. So probably what I'm looking forward to the most in 2017 is the Nintendo Switch. Now, Eric, you don't know much about this, do you?
I know that you can.
It doesn't matter what you think. The Switch is the best console to come out ever in the world of ever. The Switch, of course, is by Nintendo. Now, what the Switch is it's this little tablet thing, kinda. It's about this big. It's a non-crappy Wii U.
Yeah, I was about to say this sounds exactly like the Wii U, but what makes it different?
So it's this little tablet, and on the side, you got these really cool controllers, and they come out, and they got something called HD Rumble. HD Rumble.
Let's get ready to
HD Rumble. So pretty much, if let's say you're holding the controller. Let's pretend the controller is a glass, all right? Like a glass you drink out of.
Yeah.
The rumble makes it feel like how many ice cubes are being put in. So let's say one ice cube is put in, you shake it around, it feels like there's one ice cube. 2 ice cubes are put in, like on screen or whatever, and you shake it, it feels like there's 2 ice cubes. 3, it feels like there's 3. Then they pour water, you can feel it. You can feel like the water as it hits the bottom and slowly rises up.
That's really cool. I honestly, that's something I would never dream of Nintendo doing. When they came out like that 3DS, that was like the big, wow, it's in 3D.
It was like, whoa.
But like the 3DS,
Mario in my face.
No one, it's Mario in my face. Don't need glasses or anything. But kind of like the 3DS, no one really uses the 3D function anymore. You just play the DS. Now, what is Nintendo gonna do for like a matter like this? Is it going to get boring after a little while?
Well, the HD Rumble,
what are they adding in?
They're not using it as a key selling point.
So what?
You know how like when you're the key selling point is just the fact that you can bring it with you anywhere. It's basically.
Oh, you can? I didn't know about that.
Yeah. So when you get the Switch, it'll come with this dock, and you put the tablet thing in there, and you can play it on the TV. You have a grip, you can put the controllers in, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But then, let's say, you have to go somewhere. Now, these aren't like 3DS looking graphics. These are they look like this.
Like a TV.
Like a TV game. And you put the controllers in the sides, you pick it up, you're good to go. That's it. That's all you have to do.
That's really
And then
cool.
you can bring it with you anywhere. It charges in the dock. You can play it. You don't have to worry about, oh no, how can I play it in my house without it charging? It comes with an AC adapter. And that's like the key selling point. You can bring it anywhere. You can set up as a stand. Each controller can be used as like a player 1, player 2.
Yeah.
So like Mario Kart, I can give you one and I'll have the other, and we'll be playing Mario Kart.
So wouldn't that be kind of like a one-hand kind of thing, or what is that like?
What do you mean by like one hand?
Because I remember seeing it. It was like the controller that joins together into one kind of controller. There's I think I could be wrong. I'm sorry if I am. Is it like a screen in the middle, like the 2 controllers, kind of like almost like a steering wheel? I want to say like a steering wheel.
Well,
kind of like an Xbox controller if you cut it in half and added a screen in it.
Kinda, but they aren't built into it. Like they were never meant to look like they were built in. They just slide on.
Yeah.
And then it comes with a grip. You hold it in, and it'll look like a regular game controller.
So that's what I think is awesome. How I know I've probably said this word so many times to the point where you're saying, Eric, please get a new vocabulary. But so innovative. It's so different, unlike we've really ever seen before. Because I can't name a single console out on the market that has ever done something as different as this. Really.
Yeah. One of the downsides is the battery life is kind of short. Now, it depends on what kind of game you're playing. It depends on the game. So let's say you're playing Zelda Breath of the Wild. The battery life will only last about 3 hours. Now, that's still a fair amount. Like 3 hours. But let's say you're playing, I don't know, like a NES. It can go up to 6.5, 6.5 hours.
Yeah.
So it just ranges on what game you're playing, which I understand because, I mean, look at the new Zelda, the new graphics, like just how bright and open it is. Obviously, that's going to take a lot more power.
Yeah, I get that.
To run it. But if you're playing an NES game, that takes little to, well, not no, but small amount of power. Like there's not a lot. So I understand like the point of it, and it is what it is. You can't do anything about it unless you just keep it plugged in, play with that.
Now let's talk about, I want to say the main thing, but a key factor whether people get it or not. Let's talk about the price. Do you know anything about the price itself?
It's going to be $300.
Okay, so not as much as like
it's
an
less
Xbox
than a
One
Wii
when it
U.
first comes out. Like
It's less than a
$500.
Wii U, but it's more than a 3DS.
Yeah, like you have like 2DSs that like now are like $80, but it's now like the Xbox One when it first came out was like $500, something like that.
Right.
So that's actually pretty cool. Something that created for that price.
Yeah, it won't break the bank.
Wow, that just fell apart on me. I'll break the bank. Don't you like break the controller like I did?
Another thing that some people are mad about is Nintendo is taking the Xbox and PlayStation route, and they're adding a paid online service.
Oh.
So instead of having free online, it's paid.
Kind of like PS3, you had that free online, which really was awesome.
But it's taking an Xbox route where you have lobbies, so you have like parties that you can talk to your friends in.
So combine,
and
like
you get a free game every month.
Yeah, so you're kind of combining like the good of both sides, you're putting into one.
So people are like, oh man, paid online? What the heck, man? But I'm obviously I don't want to pay for both Xbox and Nintendo, but I can't imagine it'll be that much.
Like monument.
I can imagine a year being $30, $40.
Kind of like Xbox.
Because
I know Xbox is like 60 to 80.
Xbox
is kind
is 60.
of a little pricey, but
And I say that because Xbox is more popular.
Yeah, Xbox is way more popular.
That's probably why they're being like, oh, more people are going to use this service, let's charge more. Nintendo is big, but it's not as popular as Xbox, so they're probably going to have a lower price point.
Yeah. Now you just said another keyword that really just triggered my head. Popular. Now Nintendo is not known for being a really back in the early 2000s. It was
like
pretty
third party.
Yes, it's kind of like a third party where when you say the word video game, Xbox, PlayStation pops in your mind.
Right.
Usually, not Nintendo. How is Nintendo gonna have this? So when you hear the word video game, bam, Nintendo Switch comes in your mind.
So many, because of the purely innovative design of the Switch and its capabilities, so many third parties are interested. Like 2K, Ubisoft is coming back. We'll be seeing like NBA 2K18, WWE 2K18.
That would be pretty cool. What if there's the new Assassin's Creed on that?
The new Assassin's.
How cool would it be if you take an Assassin's Creed portable with you?
Right.
That's one of my favorite Ubisoft series is taking that game on the go.
Right.
Or the new Rainbow Six game, like Rainbow Six Siege. That's Ubisoft. That would be awesome, having an online multiplayer game on the go. Now, it does not get much better than that.
It probably won't be online on the go.
See, yeah, that's also kind of.
This is something I was kind of surprised. I thought they would put a SIM card slot. That's what's in your phone.
Yeah.
That's what gives you data. So I was thinking you could put data in there so you'd have online while you go. But I can also imagine imagine how much that would cost.
That'd be kind of pricey.
Like running a YouTube video takes up like a gig of data.
Yeah.
Running an entire online video game service on data you'd have to buy a new SIM card, or you'd have to add data every month, and you'd have no data for your phone.
Exactly. So that could get pricey. So I do see your point
but
there.
Of course, there's local multiplayer, which will be free. You won't have to pay for that. So I'm not worried about that. No one's worried about that. That'll be fun with the two controllers. Mario Kart on the go.
That would be a lot of fun. You kind of had that with the DS. Like you had Mario Kart 7. You could have that on your DS, like the 2DS and whatnot.
Yeah.
But this is just so different. Now, there is a screen in the middle, right, between the two sides.
Yeah, that's the main unit.
Screen's there. So, like in Mario Kart, remember how you turn the controller will have that same kind of effect, or you guys use the joystick?
I think since it has motion control,
so
you'd be able to turn it.
That's pretty cool.
You wouldn't have to turn the screen, just your individual controller.
Yeah.
That's what has the motion control.
That's what I was wondering about.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Now, something we can move on to, and this will also branch off with the rest of what we're looking forward to in 2017, is obviously the games for the Switch.
Exactly.
Now,
Zelda.
The big point here was they announced Zelda as a launch title.
Yeah,
so I think,
talk about that.
Again, with the sales, Zelda, this game that was announced back in 2014, has been delayed ever since.
Yeah.
Obviously, people are going to be like, oh my god, it's Zelda. I'm going to buy one of these. Launch day. So I think with Zelda, they don't have a ton of options. There's only about 4 launch titles.
Yeah.
And Zelda's the only first-party one. But I think because of that, they're going to have a pretty big launch day.
That's going to be pretty huge.
They're going to have huge sales.
I guarantee you GameStop is mainly going to focus on Zelda. Like, Nintendo Switch, like, midnight release, come pick up your come get your Nintendo Switch. And like right on the box, like when Battlefield 1 came out, you always see those Xbox One Battlefield 1 editions.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like Nintendo Switch Zelda edition. It's gonna be right then and there, grabbing that attention.
They don't want to do packaged editions because they want to keep the price point $300 and under.
Really?
So if they add the game, they don't want to bring it up like $350, $400 because I think that would be a bit ridiculous.
That would be a little ridiculous. I wouldn't pay $400 for it.
So they're going to keep it as an individual unit and just games on the side. I'm sure in the future, maybe they'll be like, all right, we can.
Because once it gets like a year or something like that, because Xbox One first came out bland, it was $500. Now you get brand new, it's like $300. But if you want like the Halo 5 edition, the Battlefield 1 edition, it's like $350, kind of slide in there, but it's not as pricey as the original one.
So as time goes on, the Switch will go down to about the price of a special edition 3DS, and I'm sure eventually a 3DS. I'm sure you'll be able to find a Switch. Obviously, this will be in like 8 years.
Yeah.
You'll be seeing Switches from $200, $250, but that's in the future. That's nothing to worry about now.
Now, what does this mean for the 3DS? I mean, people are just obviously going to go right for the Switch.
There's still games being made for 3DS.
Really? Because I remember in the regular DS, the DS Lite, those games the second those 3DS games really started getting popular, they cut production on those DS games.
Yeah. Reggie Fils-Aimé said that there's still unannounced 3DS games. One of the games they announced last night was a new Fire Emblem.
Yes.
Which is basically a remake of the second Fire Emblem that came out in Japan on the Famicom. That looks really good. They had a Fire Emblem Direct last night, the 18th. And they announced the new Fire Emblem for the 3DS, a Fire Emblem for the Switch. They didn't have any gameplay for that. Fire Emblem Warriors, which is like Hyrule Warriors, where it's a beat 'em up like hack and slash game of mass proportions, and then a Fire Emblem mobile game that's coming out on February 2nd, and it's gonna be free. It's not gonna be like Super Mario Run where you get the first few levels and blah blah blah.
Where you have like all those microtransactions.
You have a lot of microtransactions.
Yeah, that was not fun. And to quickly wrap it up here, the one thing I really, really want to talk about, the new Red Dead 2. Everyone loved Red Dead Redemption 1, the old cowboy game, exactly GTA, but this is like old Western style. So honestly, this is the main thing I'm looking forward to 2017 as of right now, is the new Red Dead Redemption 2. I know exactly. I'm probably gonna pre-order it. I'm gonna try one minute, or at least doubt I can. But I'm gonna get that the second I can because I am so excited for it, and I know a lot of people are too because they're still keeping the same genre, not changing much up about it. But like I said, I still don't know too much of it, so I can't really go into full detail. But like I said, that's probably the main thing I'm looking forward to 2017 besides the Switch because that is really awesome.
The game I'm looking forward to the most too is Xenoblade Chronicles 2. They announced that during the Switch presentation. Now, we know nothing about that.
When's that coming out? Late this year?
They're looking for a 2017 release. They don't have an exact date, but they're hoping sometime within 2017.